the Funko Illuminati. My name is Sean, and today is a Batman villain review day. Now, I am a huge Batman fan, love the DC universe, and one of my favorite franchises is the Batman movies. Now, growing up, I grew up with 4 Batman movies that were part of my childhood. We had the first Batman movie, which was just called Batman. Then we had Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and then last but not least, we had Batman and Robin. Had a good strong start, had a bit of a weak finish, but we're going to be looking at the villains from those 4 movies. Now, some of these are, well, 2 of them are from Chalice Collectibles, one of them is from EB Games, but the spotlight I really want to put on this today is a local shop here in the Hamilton area, in the heart of downtown Hamilton at the Jackson Square Mall, Heroes and Legends. Now, these guys cut me a really good deal. They didn't have to. In fact, the first time I've ever bought from the store. The reason I went in is that they were really, really polite to my mother, which is always a good way to get on my good side. And so I thought, well, I have to go into the mall and get some things done, so why not take a look? So I went in, checked their store out, saw these. They were on a really good deal, so I picked them up, and honestly, I'm glad I got them. If you guys get a chance, check them out. Again, they're called Heroes and Legends. I will leave a link to their store. I believe they just have a Facebook page, but I'll leave a link to all their stuff. So if you get a chance and you're in the Hamilton area, give them a check. You know, they sell more than just Funko Pops, so you might find something of interest. So with that out of the way, I thought we would take a look now. So I'm going to be pulling these out in no particular order. They're not going to go in order of movie. They're just going to basically, we'll start because it's just a bit of a hassle. So anyways, let's get started. All right, so the first one I have here is, all right, so we got Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. Now, this was a really, really good, well, considering there's only been 2 Catwomans, well, 3 technically on the big screen, she by far is my idea of the best Catwoman. She had that no-nonsense, very demeanor, very, you know, femme fatale, I guess would be the greatest way to describe her. Box is in great shape, too. That was the other reason. All their pops were in excellent condition. There she is. Now, my only gripe with this is, since they had the movie, maybe they didn't have the right to any of the art for the movie. Would have been cool with a little more art on the background. But overall, good box. And I'm glad I got it. Now, let's see what the next one is. Okay, so this is going to be a twofer, and I'll explain. So this is from Batman and Robin. Mr. Freeze, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Definitely not something I thought of seeing, but decent. Really decent. So there he is in his... Wow, this does weigh a lot. This was... just looking at it. Really good pop, like it. Artwork and detail on it is amazing. Looks very much like the movie, even has the shine. In fact, out of all the Mr. Freezes, I would say this is the second best looking one. I'm trying to make sure I don't get the glare. That's one of the hard things to avoid. But nice looking. I was going to say, out of all the Mr. Freeze pops, I would say this is my second favorite, next to the one that was released for the DC subscription box. That one is really cool. I have that one. I was lucky. A former boss of mine, she got the box, didn't much care for Mr. Freeze, and sold it to me at a really good deal, so I couldn't say no. And I got this one here. And since we're looking at this, we're also going to compare it to the SDCC. Now, this came from EB Games here in Canada, and as you can see, it's translucent. One of the harder pops to get a hold of. It was only online for like a hot, I'd say half a day, not even that. Picked up 2, one for myself and another one for a viewer who reached out to me. Well, actually didn't reach out to me. It was a gift, but basically somebody really wanted it. And so we were able to work together as a community and get it out for them. And should hopefully be arriving in a few days now. So there we are. So there's the 2 Mr. Freezes. Let's compare them together. Oh. See, there we are. Oops. You really can't see the difference. Alright, so, and you'll get a better look at the end of the video when I do the spinnies. So, last but not least, let's take a look. Oop. The femme fatale herself. Another one. Poison Ivy. Played by Thurman. Now, this one was a specialty series. Now, because I was buying the whole set, that's why they cut me a deal. Because this was originally $19.99, I was able to get everything at basically a group rate. I'm not gonna say what because I'm not sure if they should or shouldn't have, but regardless, I really appreciate the deal, and so that's what got me to buying this because I've been looking for this one pop particularly, and I'm the kind of person that if I'm gonna buy a set, I want to buy a set from one place. I don't want to pick pieces here and there. It's just a pain in the backside. But I'm glad I got this. So there we are with Poison Ivy. Now, if some people ever wonder, I kind of keep my pricing stickers on. Not because I'm lazy, because it reminds each pop I buy, I can probably tell you where I was, what I was doing, and why I was buying it. And I'm pushing over 700, so that's pretty impressive, at least for me, memory-wise. So we're going to go with we're going to check out the next one here. So here we have the Joker. Now, this was from the 1989 Batman, played by Jack Nicholson himself. A lot of people at the time didn't think he was going to be able to pull it off, and I know a lot of people love the Heath Ledger Joker, and I think he did an amazing job and definitely put his own take on it, but this was always my favorite Joker. Some of my favorite lines from that movie are there, especially the "What kind of world do we live in where a man dressed as a bat gets all my press?" Definitely one of my favorite Jokers. And now this was from Chalice Collectibles, and I bought the bundle because this was at the height of the pandemic, and I didn't think I was going to be able to get out to stores and find it. Again, I didn't want to actually have to be, in a mall searching for as long as I wanted to, but I got the Chase version of this as well. There we are. That's when he is basically he's off to have dinner, and really this is probably one of my favorite chases ever that I have right now. Just like the way the paint on the face looks. He's got that maniacal look. And moving right along, we have the Riddler, played by Jim Carrey himself at Batman Forever. Now, this is when Joel Schumacher took over from directing from Tim Burton. And trust me, you can see the difference in the directing styles. Not one of my favorite Batman movies, but I did like Jim Carrey as the Riddler. He definitely put his own spin on it and had a very certain manicness to it that I loved. One of my favorite characters in, at least villain-wise, next to the Joker, just because he's got this bravado to him. And there's a really cool, I'm not a huge comic fan, just let people know. But if you get a chance, there is a storyline called I can't remember the name of it, but basically it's like the war of riddles and jokes between the Joker and Riddler, and it is really, really good. Now, the next one I have is from Batman Returns, played by no other than Danny DeVito. Now, this I thought was kind of cool when he played Penguin, because I did not necessarily, looking back on it, I don't think anybody would have taken the risk they did, but he definitely played the, to paraphrase one of the quotes, played the role like a harp from hell. Really cool. I will say it is one of my favorite. I'm not going to say my favorite villain. I would say he's a close third, just because he really does skate the line, especially now in the comics, between villain and he skirts the law in such a way that he's not quite illegal, but because you can't prove it. Definitely played a big role too in the Batman series, No Man's Land, if you ever get a chance. But nonetheless, really cool box. The one thing I do want to say though is all the boxes at Heroes and Legends were immaculate shape. I mean, I've gone in some comic shops and they look like they've been mangled to death, like somebody was chewing on them, or somebody got bored one night and decided to play a game of rugby. Now, the last villain, played by Tommy Lee Jones himself, Two-Face from Batman Forever. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Two-Face. I'm not a huge fan of his. However, I didn't like Tommy Lee Jones's character and like the way he played him. And apparently on set, well, prior to filming the movie, he didn't care for Jim Carrey either. I have a feeling this was definitely a paycheck movie and not a movie of that he had any really invested interest. But there's the box. There's the art on the side. With all these, though, I really wish they would have incorporated some of the. Let's just see if I can move these back without knocking anything over. But overall, I really, really, really wish they would have incorporated some more of the artwork from the movies. Maybe some of the movie posters. I'm not sure, but overall, I'm really glad I got all these. Got a great deal. Again, I'm gonna go over everything I have here. So basically, EB Games, Chalice Collectibles, everything else, Heroes and Legends. If you guys get a chance, really seriously, check them out. I don't think they do have any online, but if you're in the Hamilton area, really, give them a check. Especially if you're buying a lot at once, they will cut you a deal, and I thank you guys. So that's pretty well it. I was supposed to have a Chase Roulette video from Pop in a Box, however, not related to this. Pop in a Box for some reason uses DHL, and DHL here in Canada uses a third-party company, and if you miss the shipping, apparently they ship it back to the store. So I'm in a bit of I guess we'll say internet correspondence delegations to try to get my stuff that I paid for. So hopefully next week I'll have a Chase Roulette from Pop and Box. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the villains and the video. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, means the world to me. And remember, be good to each other. Alright, bye now.